So good afternoon everyone. We'll start with our next session, that is Texture Creation Workshop. This workshop is by Mr. Kevin Yeow and Mr. Ito Katsuki. Mr. Kevin has joined Nikkol Chemicals in the year 2012 and has been involved in international sales in Malaysia, China, South Africa, UAE and Korea. He has also been a speaker in the annual conference and Society of Cosmetic Chemists, South Africa, and has hosted seminars and workshops in India and in China. Today he is going to give a brief about creation of different textures in cosmetics and how to create them, how to feel those textures, and how to use them for various formulations. I invite Mr. Kevin to kindly take over the
Hi, good afternoon. Well, I would like to first thank ISCC for inviting me to come here and give a talk about this texture enhancements or creation in terms of skincare or cosmetic products. Again, I am from Nikkol Chemicals, where you can see at the bottom right of my presentation. For those who have not come across our company's name, we are a Japanese company, and I am working in the international division in Nikkol Chemicals. We are considered to be one of the oldest manufacturers of surfactants in Japan, and just 2 years ago, we have celebrated our 70th anniversary over there. Okay, and our strength mainly is into emulsifiers and surfactants. Okay, that is why over here I would like to share with you some of the texture and the properties can be achieved by using some of our emulsifiers. But before moving into our products, okay, a brief introduction of cosmetics. I think everyone knows that cosmetics started very early, okay, and the earliest that we can trace is about 5000 BCE, where ancient Egyptians, okay, they have started using essential oils, fragrances, and charcoal, okay, or burnt nuts, so that they can use them as pigments to be used for cosmetic purposes. And in India, I believe kajal is, well, widely popular over here. So the whole idea of cosmetics is to make oneself beautiful, okay? And the other part is to bring the health out of yourself. So in the end, cosmetics is strictly personal, okay? That brings confidence out of you. So another part is, for example, in Japan or East Asia, China, ladies over there, women, especially in the olden days, fairness is a very big deal. And I believe in India, it is the same as well for now. So what happened last time is they took rice and they grind them into powder. So this white powder is applied onto the face, okay, as a cosmetic use powder. So you can see, for example, the picture in the middle, for those geisha, okay, this is where all these cosmetic comes from for East Asian market, okay. As I mentioned, for cosmetic products, it's a very personal kind of item. Okay, reason is that it brings confidence out of you. Over here, it is a data which I have extracted from a Japanese company called Pola, P-O-L-A. Okay, what they had done is that they had made different kinds of creams, okay, and what they wanted to prove is that by using different creams with different textures, it can actually help the users subconsciously, okay, set their mood or their personality. So for example, what we're seeing over here, so you can see the picture on the left Okay, these are some of the samples of the creams that they had made. And on the right, they had made into a chart where they used to chart the different items where they believe different creams, different properties will bring out different characteristics of the user. Sorry. Then, well, when it comes to modernization, lately, texture, okay, is becoming a major part of cosmetic products. Reason is because efficacy-wise, it is becoming of a common understanding. Of course, when we are using personal care products, cosmetic products, we want to improve our skin's health. But at the same time, in terms of appeal or interesting concepts, what I would say is manufacturers, okay, they are moving towards this direction. So to make more interesting textures, to get interest from the consumers. And over here, sensorial properties, aside from feeling, okay, I would say the smell, which comes into fragrance-wise, and visual appealing. I have not come across this in India before, but just to share with you all, for example, in Japan, consumers over there, whenever they open the jar, okay, they would prefer to look at something like a new product. Okay, so for example, if you have a cream with a very high viscosity, and when you dip your finger inside, you extract some of the creams, it will leave some trails, some traces. So over this part, in Japan, it is considered to be non-aesthetic. It is not appealing. That is why what happens is the creams in Japan, they are more preferable for gel type, okay, application, because whenever you close the cap, you leave it for some time, it will settle down, and when you open the jar again, it looks brand new. So this is the differences in between markets over here, okay? And another thing is that when it comes to concepts, nowadays a lot of people are relating, okay, personal care products with food products. Okay, I think in India you have already a long line of understanding. For example, like Ayurvedic application, it is always tightly linked together with herbal products. And over here, how it can be brought forward to a more modern application is not just only by using the ingredients itself, but also by imitating the appearances. Okay? So when it comes to the sensorial or the appearance of the product, what you can see over here, the three pictures at the bottom, is some of the products that we have in Japan. The one on the left is somewhat imitation to tofu, okay? And it's actually a cream. And the one in the middle, honeydew, like the name states, is actually a cleansing gel, but it imitates the texture of a honey. Then at the one on the right, for this particular product, it is wildly popular in Japan during summertime because, first off, summer in Japan, it is quite hot as well. It may go up to 35 degrees Celsius. And lately, there is a trend for personal care products, okay, to be used in cold condition, meaning they advise people to put their products into the fridge, and before applying, take out and then you use, okay? So the picture on the right is actually imitation of sherbet, ice cream, okay? So over here, for today's session, there are three formulations in particular, which I would like to share with everyone. Firstly, okay, it is called healthy Greek yogurt. Healthy Greek yogurt. I have the sample over here with me. Very sorry, because of limitation in numbers, I will need those back later. But if you're interested, you can come to our booth. Then we can just share with you some of the details over there. So as you can see, well, when you open it, try to look at the texture itself. It is more of a stringy texture, okay, viscous, but still quite stringy. And over here, you can see this is the formulation which we are using, okay. And if you notice from the two red arrows, okay, these are the bases. These are the bases which contributes to this particular texture. And in terms of the emulsifier side, what we have used in terms of the product name is called Nikkol LH. This is actually a cellulose type of emulsifier. Cellulose type. And then another contributing factor is PIC 65M. Polyoxyethylene glycol 65. Okay? This is what contributes to this stringy texture that you're feeling right now. Okay? So I have a video clip over here that shows how we made this particular prototype. Okay? And you can take a look. Basically, we have segregated them into different phases. Firstly, we have solubilized phase A, which is the oil phase, and we added in our vitamin C derivatives inside at the later part. Okay? Because as everyone knows, vitamin C is prone to oxidation when it is heated. Okay? So we would like to avoid that as much as possible. So we have heated phase A first, then added in later. And you can see a bit of mixing over here at the oil phase. Can anyone see? I mean, is it okay? Is it big enough? Then for the next step, okay, we proceed to the emulsification phase, where we are talking about phase A and B. Since this is an OW system, okay, what we did is by pouring phase A, our oil phase, into phase B. Okay, you can see over here. Yeah, in terms of the homogenizing speed, what we usually use is we start off for about 2000 RPM. Then once we have mixed them together, we'll ramp it up to 3000 to 3500 for about 3 to 5 minutes for homogenizing. Okay? So you can see over here, like I mentioned, oil phase to water phase. At this part, you will not be able to notice this stringy texture forming because everything is still quite warm. But once you have emulsified it, and when things cool down, then you will see it becoming more stringy. The viscosity will build up immediately. Okay? Like I mentioned, after 2 minutes of homogenizing at higher speed, Then here we are adding in our remaining phases. Okay. You can see when it cools down with mixing, slowly the viscosity is building up. And then lastly, well, this is optional. Okay, we're just adding some fragrance inside. And again, mixing. Easy as that. Okay. Yes, so you can see over here, this is how the formation of this particular sample is being made. Some parts which I have not shown over here is that this particular emulsifier, usually we will disperse it first before emulsification, okay, just to avoid stability issues. Okay, and this is a common practice among Japanese formulators. Usually we'll just disperse them, then we'll emulsify them. Then for the other product which I have over here, this is a more interesting one. As you can see from the name of this formulation, it's called Strawberry Burst Mask. Here, well, you can observe the emulsifier that we are using is called Nikkol SE. Okay, it's actually a polymeric emulsifier, and in this particular formulation, we are not using any oils. It's just water phase. That's why we are able to achieve this level of clarity. Okay, so basically what we did is by mixing the water phase and then neutralize it, defoam, vacuum it, then you will get this level of clarity. Okay, so again the same thing. For this particular formulation, I will show you how we managed to do it. Firstly, we will just disperse this emulsifier into the polyol phase. Reasons because we want to lower its viscosity so it's easier to emulsify. And over here it requires a bit of mixing. And when we are adding in B phase, which is the water phase, okay, slowly the thick gel of phase A will slowly get the viscosity will get lower. Okay. And after mixing all of the water phase into phase A, okay, all you need to do is just mix it until it is uniform. As you can see, it is a very common practice. Whenever we finish adding in whatever phases that we are using, we will increase the mixing speed. Okay. So over here, again, it is optional. Reason why we are putting the red pigments inside is just to imitate, okay, this strawberry jelly. Okay. So if you remove the pigments, okay, this particular formulation, it will be completely translucent. Okay. So you can see after dispersing and neutralizing, the viscosity will just build up. And this is how you get this jelly texture. Okay? So for this particular formulation, it is again very easy to do, okay, and very suitable for beginners but of using our emulsifier. And lastly, okay, for my side of the formulation is that we have made another product which imitates, okay, to give this ice cream texture, sorbet. And over here, the contributing factor is a cross polymer acrylates called sodium acrylate cross polymer 2. Okay, the product name is called Aeron NTZ. And a bit of introduction is that last year in Cosmetic Asia, this particular product has received the gold award, okay, of innovation. So you might be interested to test the texture over here. It is very, very special. And in terms of formulating, it is even easier because what you need to do is just disperse the powder into your polyol phase as usual, and then add whatever remaining phases into it. Just mix it, and that's it. Easy as that. So you can see from the beginning, the D phase, the powder, this is the sodium acrylate cross polymer. So what we do is we add it into B phase, which is our polyol phase, and just disperse them. The reason why we have dispersed them into this polyol phase is because we want to prevent agglomeration. Okay, because sometimes when we are putting powders straight into the water phase, it will swell. Okay, and the swelling speed is faster than the absorption speed, and it causes lumps. Okay, so you can see over here we are adding the water phase gradually into the B phase. And for this particular product, you don't even need to use pedal mixing or machinery mixing. Everything, the samples which you are holding right now, these are all made by using hand mixing. Yeah, low speed mixing is totally fine. So you can see over here, it's starting to gel up. Okay. And for this particular product, it's just simple, just mixing only. Okay. And suddenly you can notice one thing over here. The hand changes because the girl who is supposed to be mixing, she got tired, and the person who is mixing now is me. So the hand in this picture is actually my hands. So you can see, well, this viscosity, it requires a bit of manpower over here. Okay. So after adding the remaining phase C, okay, then I would say we are pretty much complete. And after defoaming, removing excess bubbles, you can actually see it is translucent, okay, this gel. So when you apply, at the beginning phase, you'll feel a lot of moisture. Then once the moisture evaporates, you can feel it's very powdery. So this is the very specific and special texture that is loved by a lot of people right now. Okay. Yeah, so you can see once we just disperse the remaining phases, then that's it. Okay, so this is actually the samples which you are holding right now. Okay, so basically you can see from my side, okay, Nikkol Chemicals, our strength lies into emulsifiers, but emulsifiers not just plainly into making creams or lotions, but we are capable of creating a lot of interesting textures by using our existing emulsifiers. Okay, if you have further questions, well, you can just visit our booth later. And now maybe I'll just pass on the mic to my colleague so that he can explain some other topics regarding cleansing to you. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Kevin. Okay, I want to introduce our cleansing formulation with nice texture in 5 minutes. Okay. Actually, our particular product name is Nikkol SGG2424. It is made in Singapore, the Singapore factory. The Singapore factory is strong for ethoxylation and the propoxylation technique. The ink name is a PPG24 glycerol 24. It's glycerin derivatives. So G2424 has the two particular part, hydrophilic part and the hydrophobic part in one product. So thanks to this specific structure, it can dissolve in water and also some specific oils. So we can say that this product is oil-soluble humectant. So compatibility with some ingredients is like this. So you can dissolve in water and also in the butylene glycol and also some ester oils. So for the moisturizing effect, because this product is from glycerin, this product itself has a higher moisturizing effect than butylene glycol, but less than glycerin. However, once we combine together with G2424 and glycerin, it shows a much higher moisturizing effect than glycerin itself. Okay. And then how the G2424 and glycerin boost up the moisturizing effect is by modifying the surface tension. As you see the left side photos, we prepare the 10% of each solutions. Okay, 10% of glycerin still remains some droplet on our skin. But the G2424 is very easy to rinse off. It means the glycerin has a lower skin affinity. But G2424 solution has high skin affinity than glycerin. Okay, to investigate more details, we checked skin, the spreadability on our skin. So we applied two different solutions on opposite side, and then we put this machine on our skin. Then we started how fast the spread into the machines. Okay. Here is the movies. The left side is only glycerin, the left side is combination. So from combination side, the white color comes in very fast. It means the combination has fast spreading property on our skin, high skin affinity. This is one mechanism of the G2424's moisturizing boosting effect. And this effect also it can affect to the product texture. So actually this G2424 product is the moisturizing booster and also cleansing booster for micellar water. So we have the one specific guide formulations for you. Okay, this formulation it's a quite basic micellar water formulation with G2424. that you can try on your skin. You may feel that after use, you may feel moist feeling on your skin. So usually, the micellar water is after using it. Sometimes it gives a dehydrated feeling, especially on eyes. But by using this product, you can prevent the dehydrated feeling, and then gives more moist feeling. So how to make it is very easy. We just prepare each phase and just heat phase A and until dissolved, and just mix all phase. You can make it by hands, actually. Okay. So sorry, the very short presentations, but maybe it's almost time, I think. Okay, the G244 can be used in the cleansing water and also some skincare product. Especially for toners, it can give some moist feeling, rich texture. Even you mix with just water, it becomes like some oily, not oily, but a rich texture. Okay. But this is a one-off product from Nikkol Chemical Singapore. That you can just add and then you can change the texture. Okay, thank you very much.